Spoke to the protester who was arrested on the Royal Mile today for shouting abuse at Prince Andrew. Shouting abuse. He killed him, dude, with his words.
That powerful men shouldn't be allowed to commit sexual crimes and get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, literally, it's true. Apparently, they beat his ass, too. Look at this fucking gammon. Look at this fucking gammon, yeah? Look at this fucking 50-stone weighing fucking piece of M, right? Yeah, I'll beat your fucking ass. I'll beat your fucking ass, yeah? EDL.
Wait, I've done nothing wrong.
People be like, yeah, look how civilized fucking British colonies are, you know what I mean? People be like, England brought fucking freedom of speech to the world. It was so sick. And then this is what's happening in England. I mean, the wildest part is this is not in England. This is fucking Scotland. That makes it so much worse. Like in England, I get it. Most people are not gonna say some shit because, you know, that's the heart of the empire. But especially the fact that this is in Scotland and some motherfucker had the audacity to like push someone and try to beat their ass because they called out Edinburgh is the most English part of Scotland. It's just silly. It's crazy. My account of being arrested in Oxford today for voicing anti-monarchy opinion. Thanks to Bright GRN for publishing this. Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequence. I'm as anti-royal as you can get, but I wouldn't go looking for a fight in this situation. What? No, this is literally a freedom of speech. This is, in every sense of the word, okay? In every sense of the word, this is no free speech, okay? Free speech isn't when you get banned off Twitter. Free speech isn't when someone says, like, no, you're wrong for saying that, or you for saying that, you piece of shit. Free speech is literally when the government cannot arrest you for saying like the queen, okay? That's free speech. It's government not being able to restrict your speech. That's what this is. What consequence do you think is appropriate for asking a question in public? Do you think this warranted an arrest? Have you protested before this? Seems a bit unkind when the bloke's mom had just died and people are feeling quite upset and hurt. Not very Christian, is it? Given the circumstances, I don't have much sympathy for you, as you didn't have much sympathy for others. The person that he's saying you don't have much sympathy for is the motherfucking king, dude. This is, bro, I swear to God. You know when Kanye said like slavery is a mindset? And everybody got mad at him because, like, obviously it was the least materialist analysis you could arrive at with respect to chattel slavery. But then I see stuff like this and I realize, like, no, serfdom is a mindset. You have nearly a century of conditioning against this kind of attitude, and meanwhile you're still holding on to that, like, weird symbolic semblance of power. That's crazy. Like, there are people out there who are like, well, you know, I don't actually celebrate any kind of death. Okay? There are people who say, like, I don't celebrate any kind of death. Fine, sure. I mean, I doubt it. You'd probably be celebrating Osama bin Laden dying, right? Like, you know, probably celebrated Saddam. Probably celebrated whatever the Like, there are plenty of people that you would celebrate. Regardless, though, or Hitler, right? Regardless of all that, though, maybe you're the kind of person who doesn't celebrate death because you think it's, like, up, okay? And that's fine. But these guys go beyond that. These guys go infinitely beyond that. They're like, dude, you can't do it. You cannot, in any meaningful capacity, question a person in a position of power. You might think it's unkind, but the point is it's not illegal. Should we all be arrested every time we do something deemed unkind? Scary. Treason is illegal. One flippant question at a time of national mourning could lead to something much more sinister, such as regicide. Not a risk the police would be willing to take. Oh, my God. He said it's treason to ask a question. That's crazy. New imperialism, abolish monarchy. New 22-year-old woman who was arrested holding up this anti-monarchy placard at St. Giles Cathedral has now been charged in connection with a breach of the peace, Police Scotland confirmed. Will appear at Edinburgh Sheriff Court at a later date. These people are insane, bro. I said that to someone who said, I don't celebrate death, and they replied, oh, are you comparing the queen to that bad person? You're I mean, this is like, I don't know. This is like mental illness, but everyone has it in a weird way. It's like mass psychosis, it feels like. A 74-year-old man was also arrested near Holyrood House in connection with a breach of the peace. He has also now been charged and is due to appear in Edinburgh Sheriff Court. And now this. Every single one of those right-wingers that's normally like, oh, man, free speech, like wokeism is ruining this country. We're getting literal fascism, is out there on the timeline losing their minds. One of the funniest things I've seen, at least in my observations from, the internet, is all the people that are so insanely angry at me for just making jokes about the Queen's passing. And they're not just angry because like they think it's completely unacceptable to like make fun of someone passing or whatever. Some of them have some of them at least have the decency to claim like that's the reason. But most of them are just straight up like, you Turk roach, muzzy, piece of shit. How dare you? You just hate the West. It's like, bro, what are you doing? You're just like openly stating it straight up. It is just like, it is because they are upset because the Queen was a representative. The same reasons why I'm shitting on the Queen, they are defending the Queen for. Muzzy, like a Muslim, a sand N-word, that sort of thing. And they're not liberal, man. Stop saying they're liberal. A lot. It's a wide variety of people. Like, there are liberals that feel that way, and then there are like straight up right wingers that feel that way. And remember, these are all the same people that are like Jeffrey Epstein. Democratic Party is aligned with Jeffrey Epstein. Democratic Party is aligned with Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, you know who else is aligned with Jeffrey Epstein? The motherfucking Queen, bro. Direct descendants of the Queen, who she defended with your dollars. Prince Andrew, man. And it's like, I don't know what to say about that. Like, you're so obviously not interested in anything. The only thing you're interested in defending is white supremacy, and any kind of beacon that you see, any kind of figurehead of white supremacy that you see that other people are disparaging on the timeline, you're going to use any opportunity you can to defend it. You're like, no, that's unacceptable. How dare you? And then people were literally like making up shit, saying like Hassan cried when his dog died and they desecrated like his dog's mural in r/place. Like, first of all, I didn't. But secondly, like, you just made that shit up you to feel better about yourself. But even if I had, like, yeah, of course, dude, of course. I did cry when my dog died originally, okay? I did. But, like, yeah, that's my dog. What do you mean? How neurodivergent are you that you cannot even comprehend, like, that, you can have an affinity towards a animal, your own animal, your pet, that is infinitely more significant than, like, some random 96-year-old woman who is literally the head of the symbolic head of the monarchy. Yeah, no shit. You're comparing, like, yeah, dude, yeah, you'd be acting different, dude. Yeah, you are showing a careless attitude that a 96-year-old woman died. And then they try to make it seem like she's a kind old woman. It's like, bro, she's literally the Queen. Anyway, it's just so strange. Like, it's such a strange attitude to have. And I think a lot of it literally stems from, the fact that, like, these people just are so devoid of, like, how normal people are in the real world. You know what I mean? That they just think, like, that kind of attitude to have is normal. And there are plenty of other people in that hug box that will turn around and be like, yeah, you're right, actually. You're right. Hassan is hypocritical. We got him. He's so hypocritical. It's like, no, man. Most normal people will be like, yeah, I don't give a about the Queen as much as I care about my dog. You know what I mean? That's a normal attitude to have. You're just incredibly fucking detached from reality. But yeah, overall, it's pretty funny. There's a lot of great memes, when world-changing events like this happen. Of course, there's going to be great memes that come of it, and I'm going to continue memeing about it. But let's watch this.
Why are you not giving me details?
I'm not going to. Why would you ask for my details?
Just so I can check and make sure you can be here.
I'm in my city.
You've already said you've been arrested once.
Sorry?
You've already told me you've been arrested.
No, I haven't.
You said that earlier.
No, I said other people have been arrested.
Okay, well, now we've made that clear. I want to make sure you didn't have bail conditions not to be. So just confirm, you're not going to give me your details.
I was holding up a blank sign. Why are you asking for my details?
You said you're going to write stuff on it that may offend people.
I said I was going to write "Not my king" on a sign, and you asked for my details.
It may offend someone.
Who's that going to offend?
I don't know. Someone may
Not my king. Someone might be offended.
Are you going to listen, or are you just going to talk over me? Is that what you plan to do?
Like, there's varying degrees of acceptability amongst, like, oibrovs and shit, right? Of Queen defense. Like, yeah, if you're a gammon, if you're a 10-pound Christmas ham, you know what I mean, or a 10-pound summer ham, yeah, you're gonna defend the Queen. It's like your genetic predisposition. You don't know any better, especially as a cop, right? You're a hog. or a British hog. It's like, you got a license. Hey, mate, you got a license for that sign, yeah? Anyway, so that's like weird. But why the are you an American also defending the Queen in a similar capacity? I will never understand this. It just doesn't make sense. It's like the one thing that we liberated ourselves from, you know? Like, who gives a
Peace, HasanAbi.